Does anybody else have a positional group? Now we're back on track where you're looking at it and you say, hey, you know what? This is a weakness for the Bengals.
Next spot is tight end, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that's where I came in.
Okay.
because again, like Logan said, you've got a lot of uncertainty there. Yes, you have a lot of lottery tickets, right? You have a lot of chances for someone to be really good, right? If Eric All is perfectly healthy and then also comes out and breaks the rookie tight end barrier and also beats the recovery period that we usually see after ACLs, where you're not quite as athletic as you used to while you're still trying to learn to cut and trust and redevelop all the muscles, right? Yeah, you can count on that. Sure, you can count on a fifth-round tight end, Tanner McLaughlin, who we like, but again, is a fifth-round tight end who's fourth or fifth on the depth chart. You've got a 30-year-old practice squad tight end who looked good when he was force-fed targets last year. Yes, that was refreshing because he was the only one who could catch the ball, right? Drew Sample is a great blocking tight end and can catch the short stuff, but isn't really offering you anything. So again, and Mike Gesicki is a versatile receiving tight end. Like, he spent 80% of his snaps at slot or wide receiver and 20% at inline. So he is largely a receiver. And again, if he gets hurt or is not finding ways to help them be productive, or something happens with him where he falls out of the rotation, like Irv Smith did, well, then suddenly, again, you're looking at the tight end room of what, like Drew Sample and Tanner. And again, you're right back where you were before you signed Gesicki and said, we're better, but it didn't solve the entire room. Now, absolutely, Eric All could hit. Absolutely, Tanner McLaughlin could shine. Absolutely, any of these guys could come to fruition. But knowing what we know right now, today, you've got 4 or 5 lottery tickets right there. And I absolutely think that's a good way to approach it, that you probably are going to hit on 2 or 3 of those, and you're going to feel good about what you get out of Drew Sample. And I get the approach, but just at present right now, before we've seen camp, before we've seen all these guys actually put on pads and do anything, when I'm just looking at the roster, there's not a guy who I look at in that tight end room who I can confidently say right now, you are an above average tight end. At best, if Gesicki is everything he's supposed to be in this offense, he's going to be at least an average tight end as a receiver and a fine, capable in the way blocker, right? But for me to put you in the top 5 or 6, you've got to either have great depth, great above average talent at multiple spots, or you have to have an elite player. And just tight end and running back right now don't meet those qualifications.
I think, like tight end, I kind of came in the same spot you did. I wanted to put them a little higher just because of
I wanted to,
just because of the upside and the stuff there, because it really is there. But just like Malik just kept saying about the edge rushers, you can't just hope. That doesn't mean they're going to be good by any means. Yes, there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of upside there. But there's just not many sure things. And I think the Bengals will be able to, in general, be able to manufacture success by these people because they all do things very well. But again, just when you look at the other positions, they at least just have at least one really, really good player. And the tight end room just doesn't really yet.
I agree. So I agree to an extent. I think Mike Gesicki is going to explode in this offense. Again, we haven't seen it in a little bit. Haven't seen it since he got, put in a situation in the offense with the Miami Dolphins where his coach
two bad situations.
And you know what's crazy? He chose the Patriots situation. So
well, then they chose to get Hunter Henry and
no, they already had. That's the thing. They already had Hunter Henry at the time, and it's like they shipped Jonnu Smith out for him, and it was like you barely used the guy. But again, that whole entire Patriots offense was abysmal to be I mean, to put it bluntly. So I do expect him. I have seen Mike Gesicki put up 700 yards in a season twice. Like we've seen it. So it's like, all right, is this going to be the best quarterback play he's had? Is this going to be the best quarterback, tight end play?
It's more of an indictment on the depth than it is on Mike Gesicki. Correct. Just because, again, these are all question marks where it's like.
I hate how he falls under that tier for a lot of people where it's like, how could you say that? Like, I remember I put a tweet out and people are like, oh, Bengals people are excited for mid tight end. And I'm just like, what are we saying? Like, even his limited opportunities, he proved a lot. But again, I think that we're kind of splitting hairs here.